Welcome back to the channel. I'm Chase and this is All Things Rim. Today we're looking at maybe the cheapest homage I've ever done on this channel, and it was only 17 bucks. Now, clearly you guys looked at the thumbnail. Today we're looking at the Smael, whatever. Today we're looking at a Chinese homage of a G-Shock, and it is a classic G-Shock. Let's just flip the camera around and dive right into this review. So what do you get for $17 on Amazon? Well, you get this G-Shock Mudmaster homage. The Smael, I don't know. You get this Chinese homage. Now, is it terrible? No. For $17, it's very hard to do worse. And I think this watch actually offers an awful lot. In fact, I have one that's similar to this that I've worn for about a year on patrol. Now, I wore it on and off. It wasn't all the time. I just really wanted to give it a chance before I slammed it down. And when I got this with my watch holder, well, it was really hard for me not to, do a review on it, because I think that, again, for $17, you can do a whole lot worse. Now, the crystal on this is not a crystal at all. In fact, it is just what they call a resin glass. Now, what does that mean? It means plexiglass, and it means that it's going to scratch fairly easy. This thing is a completely resin case, as you see here. And it sits very tall on the wrist, very large indeed. Now you can see here that there's multiple functions. That it says it has a light, a start, a reset, and a mode. And you can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different buttons on this watch. Now, what are all the functions? Well, I can tell you that the function down here at the 6 o'clock is just a light. It's a secondary light to the light up here. So, whereas the Mudmaster would have a different function for that button, this is just an additional function for the light. This button right here at the 9 o'clock, well, this doesn't do anything at all. It's a fake button. Now, it does offer dual time zones. So there is an analog right there in the middle, and down along the bottom, you can see it says 9:13, and the seconds are ticking. It also offers, just underneath the 10 o'clock, a second wheel and a date function. So you can see right there it says it is Monday. You can see there's another seconds right there by the 3 o'clock, and a seconds again down by the 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock-ish in that digital date window. Now we can cycle through. You can see that there is a stopwatch, and the stopwatch functions just as you'd expect. Exactly as you'd expect. It does have an alarm function. You can easily set the time. It's not difficult at all. You can easily set the alarm. You can see right here is an alarm, and right here is the day that is set, 3/20, March 20th. It is not March 20th. I just haven't gone through and set everything on this watch. This is an extremely simple watch. It offers limited capabilities. It has a light, 2 time zones, so it's nice that it has 2 time zones, a stopwatch, a date function, and a day function. So I guess it offers a day function. So it offers the day, the month, and the day of the week. Again, running seconds, which is fine. This thing isn't the most accurate for a quartz watch, and it says that it has a Japanese quartz movement, so I assume that is some sort of maybe Miyota quartz movement. Not really specific on that, but I would say this is plus or minus, we'll say 25 seconds a month, because I can only compare it to the one that I had in the past, which is this one. This is the one that I've had in the past. You can see the plexiglass is scratched up on it, which is fine. But this thing isn't the exact same, but basically the same. You can see that the button down here is a lot different than the button right here. They've actually upgraded the button, which is nice. And instead of a fake button on the side, it looks like a fake sensor. But other than that, everything basically is the same. And this thing has taken a beating, and it just keeps on ticking. Now let's just go ahead and throw this on the wrist. And here it is on my 7¼ inch wrist. You can see that it is, again, a very large watch, but because it's almost a completely resin case with a plexiglass crystal, and it's a very small module inside, it's extremely lightweight. I mean, extremely lightweight. As big as this thing is, it seems like it's gonna weigh a ton, but it does not at all. Now they say that this can fit wrists as small as 5.5 inches and as big as 8.5 inches. But if you have a 5.5-inch wrist, this thing is gonna look like Flavor Flav's necklace on your wrist. If you know who Flavor Flav is, well, you'll understand the reference. Maybe I'm dating myself here. I am nearing 40, but this thing is a large watch. It's not gonna go underneath the cuff. It's not meant to be worn in a suit. It's not meant to be worn with anything other than maybe some tactical shorts, maybe some tactical pants, maybe out on the range or outside. Again, just basic functions here, but for $17, can you ask for much more? Now, I was at Kohl's the other day. I was at Target. I was at Walmart. And to be honest, I was looking at some watches that are around 20 bucks and they don't offer the same functionality as this. If you want something similar to a G-Shock, perhaps you've always wanted a Mudmaster and you just want something similar on your wrist to see if the footprint of the watch, which is like 56 millimeters in diameter, if you want something that's the same footprint, just to see if you're gonna like it, if you're gonna like the look of it, if you're gonna like the feel, and you don't wanna spend the $380 right away, maybe this is your go-to first. Other than that, it's really hard to beat $17. I mean, I could lose this or break it tomorrow, and most people, it's not gonna break the bank. Now, what do you guys think about what I've said? Do you agree with me or disagree with me? Do you think it's worth $17, or do you think it's worth more than $17 or less than $17? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, I have a lot of watches coming in the mail next week, to include the Pagani Design Explorer 2, the Polar Dial, and maybe I'll do a side-by-side comparison with my brother-in-law's actual Rolex Explorer with the Polar Dial, and we'll go from there. But I do have a lot of watches coming in next week, so expect more watch videos in the future. If you like videos like this, hit that subscribe button down below. Leave a comment of the content you guys would like to see on this channel. I have a lot of videos, like I said, coming up in the future, so make sure you guys are hitting that notification bell so you can be notified when I drop that next video. Until next time.